Hello, today we will be seeing how to use random data in web service testing. For this we will be opening one site known as openweathermap.org current hash citid. Here we see sample web services listed. The description shows as you can call by citid, API responds with exact results, and we have a list of CTIDs in this file which can be downloaded from here. So this is the list of all the cities, a sample set of cities, this city.list.json.gz. Now what we need to do is we need to download this one. So for that I have already downloaded it in my folder. So this is the one. I have extracted it and kept it in my downloads folder. We will check next how to use random data for our API testing. Before that, I will just show you one additional thing. I open this with WordPad, the city list JSON file that I have downloaded. I am opening it with WordPad. It's a very big file, so it will take a couple of seconds to open. Let me open it with Notepad. If it doesn't open with Notepad, we will use something like Excel to open. So it's opening. Till now what we have done is we have checked the sample API openweathermap.org. We have downloaded a list of CTIDs from there, and we have seen a sample API call. While this is downloading, let me show you how they have used the sample API call, how we are supposed to give a sample API call. This is the sample API call where they are checking based on the city ID. So if I click this, it will fail. I will tell you why. Because the app ID that they have mentioned here is not proper. So I already have an app ID. I have already told you how to get your own API key. App ID is nothing but your API key. I take my own API key from here and paste it over here. That's all. Now you will see it gives a set of data. It's the weather conditions based on the city ID. Probably this country is AU and the name is Cairns. So this is a Cairns, the city is a Cairns. Let's see whether we have got the file. Yeah, we have got the file now, but this is still in junk format. So what we will do is we will try opening it with Excel. probably this is not opening because of some compatibility issues. So I will tell you in brief what that file contains. It contains a list of city IDs, and I have picked up a sample city from that list of city IDs. The sample city is AG, and the IDs are from 351 6016 to 357 6024. So now let's proceed ahead with JMeter. I have JMeter open here. Now what we will do is, before doing this thing, I will show you one sample random function reference on the web. There we go. So this opens a page, functions and variables, and here we have the entire reference of functions and variables and how we need to use these in our scripts. So you can refer to this thing. We have everything over here, the entire list. So how many random functions we have, how to use those random functions, etc. So now let's start. We have JMeter open here. Let me expand it. I have already created a test plan, so let me add a thread group. Now I right click on this thread group. Till now what we have been doing, I am doing the same thing, but this time I will be selecting a random variable. So I go to config element and I select a random variable from here. Okay, this one. So we are all set with the random variable. Now let's fill in the data in that random variable. So we put the variable name as city ID. And we have put the name over here as random city ID. You can put any name here. Basically it depends on the functionality that we are checking. Now we have to configure the random generator. So we put the number that I mentioned earlier, the city ID is 65, sorry, not 65, 357 6016 and the maximum value is 357 6024. That's all. And you need to make this thing as true. That's all. In the thread group, we put the number of threads as 1. The loop count we increase to 10. Now we put a HTTP request over here like our regular thing. HTTP sampler. And in this HTTP sampler, we are going to use the server name as api.openweathermap.org. And in the path we put /data /2.5 /weather. That's all. We put a response assertion here. That's all as far as this goes, and then we put a response assertion. And we put a listener. So we will put the response assertion as response contains 200. Since this is a HTTP response, the 200 is proper code. Then we put the view results tree so that we can look into each individual request. That's all. So can we run this now? All set? No, we still need to do one more thing. In the HTTP request, we need to add the parameters to be sent. So we add the first parameter as ID, and we put the value as $_ For every function we will use this __ random 357 6016 6, 357 6024. That's all. And we need to add one more, that is our app ID, which is nothing but our API key. Let's pick the API key from here. That's all. So pretty much we are all set now. Let's save our request. We will name this as random variable or just random, and we will save it. Okay, we are good to go. Put your cursor on view results tree and select run. Wow, all the requests failed. Okay, sorry guys, I forgot the closing brace over here. My bad. It should work now. I clear these first, clear the clutter before you run it. There you go. So few requests are passing, few requests are failing. Let's see which one is passing, which one is failing, and what the reason is. See, with view results tree you can view the sampler result, request and response data at the same time. That's the advantage, but the only disadvantage of view results tree is it is memory consuming. Not found city. So the first code, first random code that was sent in the request was 3576020. So we have not found any city corresponding to that code, but this one is green. Let's see which city has been passed. 3576023. And what do we get in the response? We got here we got parish of St. John, some city in AG. Let's look at the second request, St. John's, and the third request, even that is St. John's. Oh, so it's pretty much I believe it's taking the same random variable from time to time. So if you notice over here in the request, we are sending the random variables in place of ID. See, 3576020, 3576023, 3576022, so on and so forth. And as far as our response assertion goes, I believe that has passed because few of the requests are passing. And let's look at a few failed requests. Probably all the failed requests are for not found city. So that's all. So this is how you do random variable testing in JMeter for web services. Thank you so much.